All right, this is the Deathmatch King, Matt Cardona. You tell me what to say. You're paying me all this money. You're paying my low. What am I plugging right now?
Turnbuckle Tavern.
Turnbuckle Tavern. Check it out. Listen to it. Download it. And then listen to the Major Wrestling Group podcast. You know I'm going to plug my own shit. Listen to their shit, but listen to my shit first.
Hey, this is Matthew Justice, second fucking Gear Crew, and you're listening and you're watching Turnbuckle Tavern.
We are back, emerging from that spooky dust with light tubes and barbed wire. This is the fucking GCW show. I'm your co-host, Chad. With me, as always, the motherfucking truth, Mike Belcaster. Mike, what's up, dude?
Shit, man. Reeling in after this amazing weekend of Game Changer Wrestling. Fucking awesome, man. So much good stuff happened. Great venues, great lights, great people, good crowds.
Oh yeah, man. Like the production continues to improve. This is like us tracking their improvement, I guess. Like, but I swear, like the transitions they had in and out of like match replays, like
yeah,
it's looking so much cleaner. And you know, they're pushing the GCW merchandise.com. It's like they're getting just a little touch of professionalism in a good way.
100%. Yeah, no, and you know, it's so good. Like I felt Paranoid had the best commentary I've heard from GCW. It wasn't over like, oh my fucking god, like it was slow and steady, and it was calm and fun, and it wasn't ridiculous. And then we got the debut of Emil on fucking commentary, which was unbelievably great.
Yeah, I mean, dude was working his ass off, going from announcing straight into commentary with KG, which is slowly becoming like a top 3 commentator for me. KG.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, man. Loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Some of the references he pulls and some of the like slang he uses pops me. Like it's worth it just to listen to him.
Yeah, 100%. I love like you get a big move and he's holy fuck. Look how bad he just kicked him in the fucking face. And you're just like, you get it because that's how I feel too when I'm watching it.
Yeah, man. And the venues, dude. Like we talk about we go back to Harpo's in Detroit, the Ukrainian Cultural Center that they rocked Paranoid in. But for the second event, they were in San Francisco. What was it? Devil in a New Dress.
Yeah.
That venue looked so good.
This would be, at my standpoint, I see this. I want this to be a home plate for GCW. That looks so fucking unique, so cool. High on presentation. The LED board in the back with the GCW logo. It just pops so fucking well, man.
It really does. Like if they were doing a weekly show, like we know they're not going to national television anytime soon. I don't think Brett wants to deal with like corporate kind of
anything.
Yeah, he doesn't want corporate people fucking with his shit.
Yeah.
So it's like but if there was a weekly show, this is the look, man.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean this was above expectations. I had no idea what we were going to see here, and then when we got to this venue, they opened up the show.
Banners.
I was like, damn, yeah, the banners look cool. I love that everything's LED though too. Like it pops.
Right. It's clean. It's crisp.
Yeah, very clean.
It looked really cool. And I just got to say at the top, for Paranoid, which was the Saturday event, the first event, right off the bat, they're scanning the crowd, and I pop fucking huge because there's a fan in the front row wearing a ball sack t-shirt. I mean, these are the fans. I think that's a girl, actually.
Yeah. Look, I mean, at least it looks like.
Yeah. Whatever.
Crazy.
Who cares? You're rocking a ball sack t-shirt. you made me laugh. It was worth it. Thank you for wearing that killer killer t-shirt. You
with the
probably
rat
got it
girl
at
hat.
Spencer Gifts.
You're right. It's beautiful. Best way to best way to present yourself as a dickhead.
Exactly. So, guys, if you're listening, thank you for supporting the show. Um, try to give you guys as much free content here at the Tavern, and the fucking GCW show is no different. We try to cover every event we can, and if you can, show us some love. Those 5-star reviews on Apple, those 5-star ratings on Spotify now, they go a long way, man. They help out a ton. We appreciate it. The least you can do is hook a brother up.
Yeah, man. Pad the lope.
Pad the lope,
baby.
Yeah, Cardona shouting us out. We had to pay him. He healed off on us in the best possible way. Top stories, Mike. Let's get to top stories. First top story for me, and there were a few big things coming out of this, but for me, I think the big news of two people we've been tracking, BUSSY winning the World Tag Team titles.
Yeah. Wow. Big move. Huge move on GCW's part. I think it's a great thing to do. Leaves me a little worried about what's going on with the Briscoes. Because, I mean, they just won it last week. So it threw me off a little bit. But storytelling, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. I mean, props to Allie Katch and Effy. This is both of them. This is the first time they've held gold in GCW, and since we've been watching, at least I feel like they are cornerstones of the promotion.
Yeah, wild that this is the first time they've held belts. You know, insane.
Yeah,
but well deserved. Awesome match. Great shit. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Like, I thought the star of it for me out of all 4 competitors was Allie Katch. Although this picture we got Jay and Effy, but Allie Katch, man, she took so much punishment and dished it out, and she got right in there. Like, her and Jay, there was a section in that match where it was her and Jay in the ring.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was good.
It was wild, man. She is possibly my favorite homegrown GCW talent out there right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she obviously she can hang with the boys, hang with the best in the women's division across the world, not just in GCW. But like this weekend, I mean, she was unbelievably great. And it was awesome to see them get their spot. You know, they needed that shit and they deserve that shit.
And Jay put her through the ringer, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, she earned her stripes. Pile driver. Crazy.
The pile driver is brutal.
She's throwing those knees back though. And Jay puts her through a table too. There's the table spot.
Yeah.
The Death Valley driver.
Like he had no protection on that. He's like, whoops, bye-bye. Like she just hit that shit and it made it look so beautiful, man.
Yeah, and the thing I love about it too, like, you've got a team, like a rock solid team. I think it's big ups to Briscoes, and we're going to get into like what we think of their short title reign, but like, big ups to them for, you know, you hear so many people in wrestling bitching about intergender matches.
Yeah.
And for them to go in, these two just bruiser tough motherfuckers that are known for just being the best of the best. They just put on a classic with FTR at ROH.
Yeah.
And for Jay to come in, one, drop it and not have an issue with an intergender match.
Of course.
To shine up Allie like that and to make it believable. Like, the Briscoes still rooted it in, like, Jay's kind of talking to her in the match, like, you really want me to do this? And they're making Allie seem like that much more elevated and tough because like he's trying to stop. So it just worked for me so well from a story perspective.
Yeah, man. They put both. I mean, they put BUSSY over like crazy. It was just a phenomenal match. I love when they were fighting on the outside. They set up the double stack tables.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
some shit was going down. I was like, hell yeah, it was gonna be good stuff. The double door, if you will, man.
Yeah, and then I think Mark ends up going through it. Effy sends Mark through it.
Yeah, it was good, man. Solid fucking match. Awesome that Bussy came out on top. Like I said, it's a shame the Briscoes lost it so fast, but they did it in an elegant manner, which was fucking sweet. And I'm here for that, man.
Right. We got like, Allie's busted open at some point. She delivers
Yeah.
double cannonball runs into the corners. She does a double suplex into a pinning combination on both of the Briscoes that was just like, holy shit. But Briscoe start double teaming Allie. Second Gear Crew hit the ring, which, they're Effy SGC, Allie's associated with them. They hit the ring, kind of give them the upper hand. Briscoes remain strong, take the loss. I have that finishing sequence now. Let's check that out just to get kind of before we dive into the Briscoes. Let's get the weight of the finish. That crowd pops.
Awesome.
I mean, again, guys, for the audio listeners, apologize. This just gives you some reasoning to watch the live stream. You get to watch it all play out.
100%. But you hear those chair shots. You feel that shit even if it's an audio form, man.
Unprotected.
Yeah.
Unprotected chair shots. Like
fucking brutal too, man. Like I when Briscoe falls into the corner and he goes, the other dude's going to swing. I was like, oh shit! Like,
yeah,
and then he picks him back up. Yeah,
old Manser was handing him out, dude. It was like Dudley style, 1995.
Yeah, but then like I mean, Allie Katch was taking those throwing chairs like a fucking champ, man.
Yeah,
like the only nitpicking I could say was that her pile driver looked like shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, the pile driver. I feel like it was just exhaustion at that point.
Yeah, 100%. Not even complaining about it, but it's like, I mean, yeah, it was a fucking killer ending.
and she could have got sandbagged too, like not on purpose, but like
just took 2 chair shots of the fucking brain.
Exactly, heat of the moment, couldn't get up.
Good chair shots.
Yeah, good fun finish. Keeps the Briscoe strong because you had the interference of Second Gear Crew.
Yeah.
And that leads us to what we've kind of alluded to is, do you think we got these pictures here of them winning the titles, holding them up, Bussy, crowd loving it, but what does this mean for the Briscoes? Because like on one hand, like you said, they just won those titles, so they're dropping them really fast. On the other hand, Second Gear Crew comes in, so it makes it like, is that the beginning of a feud, or are they on their way out? I think they're on their way out, dropping them that fast.
I feel like they're on their way out too. A lot of teases about them going to Impact Wrestling. Not my number one forte move for them. No. I think they could be doing bigger and better things elsewhere, but it is what it is. We'll figure that part out when it happens. But man, if this is their send off, it was a hell of a match. It was good shit. You got no complaints on me.
No, yeah, and it just bums me out, man, because like not that they lost here. It's what I think it means for the grander scheme of it. I've heard the Impact rumors too, and I like Impact, but the fact that ROH is continuing without the Briscoes bothers me. It bothers me bad.
I mean, how could it not? We got one of the biggest tag teams to ever come out of Ring of Honor. They were homegrown talent there. They fucking ran shit forever, you know. So maybe there's a silver lining, and we don't see what's going to happen yet. Maybe Ring of Honor will pick them up. Maybe, you know, who knows? But I'm hoping for the best. I hope that Tony Khan and Warner Media, if the rumors, I mean, it's pretty solid that they're firm on not having the Briscoes on. But I hope that apologies and, you know, everything works out. I hope that we can fucking extend that hand and make it happen, because we need the Briscoes in Ring of Honor. I think you can't have a Ring of Honor without the Briscoes.
Yeah, it's just Ace Fields in the Ace Field. What's up, man? GCW, baby. I don't know, man. It really, this Warner Media shit, like not wanting the Briscoes. I said it on another show. I can't remember. It might have been this one. I can't remember. But you mean to tell me that they won't allow the Briscoes on Warner Media due to some bullshit in character stuff they said years ago that they've apologized for, but they will. That's not how they handled Excalibur when he said crazy shit years ago in character. They let that slide, but they won't let one of the greatest tag teams in the world right now slide. It just seems
it's foolish.
It's very foolish, especially if you let them go to Impact. Impact could use them, but at the same time, it's like that tag division is not ROH AEW tag division. The Briscoes need to be seen on the biggest stage that will take them. And I think WWE is off the table for the Briscoes, but AEW, come on, man. ROH?
WWE is like, if you hear, oh, they said something a few years ago, it's acceptable for you to go, fuck it, they're not going to WWE,
right?
You know, but like you're saying, AEW, Tony Khan, Ring of Honor, like make it happen, mend that bridge somehow, like make it work. Right? Money talks.
Yeah,
you know, put some figures up. Let's show what happens. I hope that there's like a kind of like a ratings thing for the match, and I hope Warner Media sees how much money the Briscoes are worth, because that match with FTR was it was the best shit we've seen this year.
That's a top 5 all-time tag match for me.
Yeah,
like unreal, jaw-dropping.
Yeah, wild, man. Their loss, though, I guess, and I guess it's going to translate to be our loss too if they do go to Impact, because I'm not watching Impact anytime soon, no matter who's there.
Right, yeah. I mean, I catch little things here and there, but it's not destination. It's hard to watch. If it was in a more an easy, and I have the channel, like it's fairly easy for me, but it's a forgotten promotion for me. I do enjoy certain aspects of it, but I don't know, man. I want the Briscoes elsewhere.
No,
talking about
Acefield's got a really solid point here. He says going to Impact is like isolation. He's like, look at Jay White being there. He might as well not be in the US right now. Briscoes deserve a better platform to be showcased. I still hold out hopes that they'll be in Ring of Honor. And likewise, man. And that's 100% true. Jay White hasn't done shit.
Nope.
Impact hasn't done shit for Jay White.
Right.
You know, I feel like he had better showcasing being on Rampage than he did being anywhere. Like it's a damn shame that they don't utilize that more and make it work. I don't know, man.
Know.
Impact's just like the little dinghy next to all the big ships in the sea.
Well, it goes to show you, like it is like isolation, and it is kind of like it's kind of like purgatory for these guys coming over and making debuts in the States, because they have Bullet Club there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay White, but they have the Bullet Club. We had the Bullet Club turn happen there, and it kind of went just by the way, no one really talked about it. It was mentioned the next day and then forgotten about. Like wrestling news moves so fast that if you're not really in, you get forgotten in places like that.
100%.
You know, so
they might as well turn the Bullet Club in the Indies. You know,
exactly.
It might have made more sense to do it that way.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. But talking about AEW, WWE, I had a question that I kind of was thinking about when I was watching Paranoid on Saturday. Fans in GCW and AEW to an extent, they buy in. They boo the heels and they cheer the baby faces. When Janela came out, this is a guy who was beloved 2 months ago. Now everybody's got the middle fingers. They're throwing curses at him. And in WWE, and I'm thinking even to the black and yellow brand of NXT, that wasn't the case. The heels would get cheers. You would have those chants of, here we go, Adam, here we go. And both are, they're trading, let's go Cena sucks. You know, there's a lot of 50-50 where it's almost cool to cheer heels, like Roman, for instance, right now. He's getting cheers, even though there's a lot of people booing him. But in GCW, there's no one cheering Cardona. There's no one cheering Janela. There's no one cheering in AEW MJF unless he's in Long Island. So it's like, what's the difference in these fan bases, Mike? Like, what am I missing here? Why is it only like in the big leagues they don't do that? I don't want to say AEW isn't the big leagues, but you know what I mean? The trendsetter, WWE, why do they not buy in like these other fan bases?
It's a loaded question, but I think it all goes down to the fans kind of want what the fans want. And it makes sense when a Janela comes out being a heel for them to motherfuck them. You know what I mean? Like they got to throw the same thing with Cardona. It's just like I think the GCW audience and the AEW audience is more in tune with the program. So
it's
they're
more like the hardcore base, right? Like it's hardcores versus casuals.
I don't know. I don't even know if I would say that because I think for GCW, AEW, I think it's more like the fans kind of know what they're getting out of what they, as opposed to what they want. And in WWE, it's more about what they want as opposed to what they're getting. They want Adam Cole to be a face. They want, you know, the bad guys to be the good guys, because I think it's more of a, I mean, the talent showcase is way better when that's the case. When you kind of labor to your fans and you kind of do what they want, like, you know, you got Hangman as the champion, the crowd loves it. He could be going out there and doing a shitty job, not that he is, but I think that the fans, like Cody's a beautiful example, right? Cody was the baby face at the beginning. Then we had the pandemic happen. No crowds for a year plus.
Right.
So Cody comes back. Fans aren't, we're over it. We want Cody to be the bad guy. Cody did the WWE thing and ignored it. Right. So it only got hotter and hotter, and the crowd was like, fuck this shit. We don't like it. They were trying to turn him at every moment possible. But Cody did the biggest heel move possible, and he left.
That was the biggest,
WWE. Yeah. And like, this is what we asked for. In the long run, everybody that wanted Cody to be a heel, you guys fucking got it in every way possible.
Right. And now he's going to go over there and get 50-50 probably. Right now he's babyface, but people are going to turn on him there too.
Oh, it's going to happen in a heartbeat, you know, but that's going to be the thing. That'll be the telling tale. What's going to happen at that point? Is that you're going to force it like they usually do, like they normally do?
Right.
I mean, look at Roman Reigns. I mean, shit, 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy that it's been 10 years. But 10 years ago, we were booing the shit out of him.
Yeah.
At every moment possible. Comes out number 30 in the Rumble. Fuck this guy. Boo, you know.
Right.
But now he's the guy.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, I guess WWE makes it happen no matter what, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's weird, but I think the GCW fan base and AW, it's not that they're the smart guys or the crowd, or the diehards even. I think that they're just more in tune with what's going on. So you
Right.
get MJF comes out, you're like, boom, fuck this guy. He's obviously a bad guy. He's talking shit about Brian Pillman and his,
They
and
booked
his
their
whole
heels
family.
like heels,
Yeah,
like true heels, where you know to buy in. Where maybe WWE doesn't do that as much.
yeah, no, like the Miz, for example. The Miz is supposedly the WWE heel guy, right? He's been more heel than he's been face throughout his career,
Right.
but he's booked as a douchebag and not a heel. You know what I mean? He doesn't come out and shit on everything. He's just like, I'm so cool. Like, I'm the
Oh, yeah.
Miz, like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't work. I don't. It's like a slap in the face to the
Yeah.
fan. You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
Bully Ray. Bully Ray always drones on about this. He drones on about it so much that it's become like a meme and a joke. But he always talks about there's no heat today. There's
Yeah.
no true heels, like true fucking heels. He always gives credit to MJF, but outside of that, he says it's lacking, and I agree. I think
Yeah.
heels are too worried about being liked on social media.
Yeah, Acefield's got some facts being spit over here, but he says different is WWE fans feel like they have to go against the grain to be heard. Other wrestling fans are already being heard. GCW fans know they'll get what they want, so they play along. It's a trust thing. That's 100%.
Man, spot on, Ace.
Yeah.
Spot on. That's very astute. I agree.
Yeah, but it's like you trust the guys leading the ship. You're gonna have a good boat ride. It's not
Right.
Yeah,
You're along for the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you're in good hands.
Yeah, and that's more of what wrestling should be. It should be going along with the ride.
It is funny, man, because if you think about WWE, just to speak to Ace's point in the comments, like if you think about it, WWE fans are known for hijacking shows, whether it be a CM Punk chant, a Watt chant, whatever that is. You don't really get a whole lot of that in AEW. And when you do get it, like when they were doing it to who was it? Someone was doing a promo and they just shut it down and they listened.
Yeah. Well, Jericho. Even when Hager came out, they were doing "We the People," shitty gimmick, stupid booking.
Right.
The crowd was like, "Fuck." Like, okay,
yeah, the only person I've seen do that in WWE was Brock recently. Yeah. They started the Watt chants and Brock was like, get it out of your system. And then when he told them to stop, they stopped, which was surprising. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. But next story, which there's a good possibility. We said the Bussy winning the titles is probably the big story coming out of the weekend, but I think there's an argument to be had that Minoru Suzuki's weekend is the story coming out of the weekend.
I'm right there with you. My goodness, and including last weekend. I mean, Suzuki fought so much, and then we get to this weekend. He's on both shows. Great fucking shit. That poster's so fucking bad.
Oh, dude, it's such a badass poster. The Paranoid poster for Minoru Suzuki and Blake Christian's match. Go find it. It's so good. Or watch the YouTube version of this show and you'll see it. Phenomenal poster.
Phenomenal weekend for Suzuki.
2 barn burner matches against 2 lightning hot GCW guys. Blake Christian at Paranoid, Mike Bailey at Devil in a New Dress.
Yeah.
This isn't just a great weekend for Suzuki. This is a great week. He just won the ROH title at Supercard of Honor. He's about to defend that title against Samoa Joe, and that was his first American championship he's ever won.
Yeah, that's wild, man. And just thinking about everything coming off of last week with the Collective. He was in Blood. He kind of got jobbed out in Bloodsport too, which was a little surprising. And I was like, because it was a quick match. I was like, what the fuck happened? But they're like, obviously they made up for it, in the next couple shows. But I mean, he killed it this weekend. Absolutely fucking killed it this weekend.
He was like delivering some heaters to Blake Christian.
Yeah. Great facials. He's such a good seller.
And I mean, he's just
ooh, stiff.
laying it in there. Big ups for Blake Christian eating that and just taking it on the chin.
Intense. Absolutely
and
intense.
Which was your favorite match between the Suzuki matches? Was it Christian or was it Bailey?
I you know what? They were both so good, but I feel like Mike Bailey and Suzuki was something that was, if you're an indie fucking mark, you're watching, this is a goddamn dream match.
Yes.
And Blake Christian and Suzuki was just like, here's the sprinkles, the fucking, the whipped cream. We'll give you a cherry, some chocolate syrup, man. Like it was fucking hooked up. But that Mike Bailey and Suzuki was like, that's like watching Jericho and Lance Storm go back and forth. It's like that's your dream match right now. I think as being the GCW guy, I loved it every minute of it.
And the venue, I agree with you. I think the Bailey one was just a little bit more epic.
Yeah,
it felt where that venue was dark. It just felt more menacing. Like when Suzuki entered.
Wow.
No Suzuki incident this weekend.
No, yeah. They got to sing the song. The black towel. I know Taz has done it, but it just fits with Suzuki. Like
he's a different beast, man. Like, it's awesome. The presence he gets when he comes to that ring, and his head's all fucking shaved weird, and he's just this mean ass.
He's the murder grandpa.
Guy. Yeah, the murder grandpa, murder pawpaw.
Yeah.
He's got that look where you're like, fuck, I don't want to fuck with this guy. And then he delivers when it starts coming down the showtime. It is so awesome. I think he is the best, man. And this weekend, I'm so hate to take it away from GCW, but I am so fucking excited to check it out when
him and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. Like those guys are gonna beat each other up bad.
Yes.
And the Styles matchup of the Mike Bailey. I mean, it was a great Styles matchup with Blake too, but like that hard hitting karate style against Murder Grandpa's arsenal of submissions and like nasty strikes and joint manipulation. Just what? Do you think like, because Suzuki in parts like does have kind of a slow pace when they're trading elbows back and forth and forearm shots and all of that. Like, what is it about his matches? Because it's not like high paced craziness, but it's that strong style type of stuff. Like, what is it, do you think, like builds him up in the eyes of the fans? Because to me, like I'd always heard of him, but I feel like the last 2 years, this lore of him has grown exponentially in the States.
Yeah, it's pure. It's pure fucking violence, man. That's what gets over when you really need it to. And he's like the evil Star Wars character when he gets in the ring. Like he's a fucking Sith Lord, like he shows up and he's ready to fuck shit up, man. And like, nobody questions it. Nobody bats an eye and they're like, oh, this guy, oh, what is he gonna do? Like,
right.
I wouldn't even call him grandpa to his face. He would beat the fuck out of me. Like that's how I feel about it.
Well, Emil said something on commentary that I thought was like so spot on. He said that his talking about Suzuki's style, and he was just like, Suzuki just does what makes sense. Yeah, and it's so true. Like if you're in a real fight and you can grab someone's fingers and just try and break them, that's what you're going to do to win the fight.
100%. He's selling it. Like he the overall package, not just the moves, not just the facials, just the whole package is you believe every bit of it. One of those guys that you're biting your nails watching the match because you're like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, boom, stiff ass shoulder. Like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, man. Crazy. And he got a good weekend. And I mean, he went 15 minutes with Blake, and then he went 16 minutes with Mike. So good weekend, good showing.
Ninja
Second to
Mac,
last topic.
throwing it out there, consistently great. That's what's
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Appreciate you, Ninja Mac.
Yeah, thanks for watching Ninja Mac.
Yeah, man. One of our unsung heroes here at the Tavern.
That is so true though. Like it is like consistency. You know what, he never lets you down. It's always a phenomenal match.
Absolutely.
Second to last story. Do you think like lacking storyline booking? I've heard critiques from fans talk about with independent wrestling, some promotions, even a little bit in GCW. I've heard people bitch about this. There's not as much story driven booking in independent promotions. Like, do you think that's an issue? Do you think that's like just that's what you would expect from an independent promotion? Because I do feel like they have stories here. So I don't really necessarily agree with that. But do you think there should be more story from the top to the bottom of the card? Or are you fine just matches for the sake of matches as they move into these new towns?
Your local indie, it makes total fucking sense to ditch the storylines, just, hot shot booking. I mean, maybe not though. Maybe that's the problem that the local indies have.
Right.
That separates them from being a GCW or, even an Impact. Like, I feel like GCW has the perfect mix of both hot shot matches when they need to happen, like a Suzuki, Mike Bailey.
Right.
But also the storytelling between BUSSY and the Briscoes. I mean, this isn't their first outing. Wasn't they've conflicted before.
Right.
And I think that, like I said, GCW's got a nice balance of it, of your dream matches or your one shots, but also going into the story. They got great storytelling.
Do you think GCW does 50-50 booking? Or do you think that's just the indie nature? I'm just thinking of Janela.
Yeah.
Janela just beat X-Pac. Janela beat Gringo Loco on Paranoid. And then the next night he loses a match to Dark Sheik.
Yeah.
Like, I think the traditional wrestling fan, the casual fan sees that and they're like, oh, that's a step back. I thought he was on a roll after X-Pac. But to me, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, if you look at it this way, right? He had obviously beats X-Pac, Gringo Loco, stellar ass matches. And then he gets into the match with Dark Sheik. What a better way to put somebody over. And Dark Sheik and him tore the house down. So
yeah, they did.
I mean, how can you argue with that? Like saying that it's 50-50, maybe a 75-20% or 25% booking. But I think
I don't think he needs to win either.
Nobody does. That's wrestling.
Right.
That's the fun of it, man. You don't have to be consistently on top of the fucking card, winning every show. Showing weakness humanizes you. You know what I mean? So if you see him lose, you're like, shit, like, I kind of feel bad for him. Like maybe he should be getting put over. Maybe he should be like, it only makes you draw more to it. Like, cause I'm after the the Dark Sheik match, I'm super pumped to see what happens next.
Oh yeah.
I thought everything was really well done. It has been, it's been very consistent for the last 6-7 shows. I mean, we've been doing this for a while now. I'm more in tune with GCW than I am other shit, man. Like it's in a good way too. So I think GCW does a great job at it. And
I think a part of that, like they are entering new territories. They do want to give you those like matchups from the kind of the foundational performers. Like you want to see that. And I don't feel like, maybe if they had a weekly show, it would be a different situation.
Yeah.
But I think like the point of it is to showcase your talent. And there's going to be weeks where some guys are up and some guys are down, but I don't think it hurts the like storytelling or the booking of it.
Yeah, no, very, very, very much so. And I think it's something a lot of companies miss out on, is that they're not, I don't know, they're just not, they don't tell stories in longevity. I think that, like, look at the Cardona thing. Cardona's still this fucking heel ass bastard. Every time he comes out, everybody's they're pure hatred, and he's doing it because he loves it, and like
and he
still
loses.
long-term. Yeah, that's still long-term storytelling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he doesn't need, but you can throw him into a fucking spot with Janela again out of nowhere, and it'll go back to the beginning.
exactly.
And make it fucking work. And that's what they do so well.
Yeah, I'm with you. They kind of plant those seeds and they can always double back to them and give you something built off of a history that they've created.
Yeah.
Last piece of news and top stories. What the hell is going on with Effy and Double J? So earlier in the week on social media, GCW dropped a vignette with Double J. I apologize ahead of time for the people listening. You won't get to see the weight of this because there's not a lot of words spoken in it. But for the people watching right now, I think you'll enjoy this. This is the vignette with Double J, and he's seeing things. They kind of alluded to this the last where he saw himself in the rear view.
Yeah.
So this is a continuation of that story. Here's Jeff Jarrett.
You guys hungry? Let's take grace.
Did you think you could just walk away?
I love this stuff, man.
They are on par. The best vignette company, I think, that's out there right now. This is fucking so good.
It's
the
so
boot
good.
knocking, the bass in the audio. You
Yeah.
feel this shit,
You
man. Like
feel
down
it.
in your I love
And for
it.
the listeners who aren't watching, basically what you see is Jeff at home. He's sitting down to dinner with his son and Karen, if you remember the TNA days, his wife. And I think that's her name, right? Karen?
Yeah, Karen Jarrett.
Yeah. So they're sitting down. There's the figure, the last outlaw get up, the duster, the black hat. Someone's outside of his door, kicks the door with their boot, the back of their boot. And Jeff jumps up from the table, goes to see who it is. It's Effy in his get up. I love that they're these little vignettes. You don't need Jarrett at all these events. These little vignettes thread that storyline, keep us invested in it. And Effy wins the match against Nick Wayne. Great match on Devil in a New Dress in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Acefield says, what a goddamn vignette. Spot on, man. So well done. The sound, you hit on that, Mike, and that's so true. The sound was so good in that.
Yeah. I always try to be a sponge, and I try to absorb everything and those little details that might go unnoticed.
Yeah.
I fucking thrive for that shit. And it sells the thing. And we were just talking about storytelling and how there might not, but this is a long-term story and I'm loving it. And then when like you were just about to get to, Effy wins the match.
Yeah.
Where are you, Jeff?
Exactly.
I'm going to come knocking on your fucking door. I love it, man.
Yeah. So him and Nick Wayne put on a really good, he gives all the respect to Nick. And at the end of the match, Effy wins and he gets on the mic to call out Jeff Jarrett.
What an honor to be in the ring with someone under the age of 50 who can push me to my limits. Anything you want in the world is yours, my man. Bigger dreams, bigger opportunities. You got this. You're the boy, you're the man, you're the kid. All right, grown man shit. Since Hammerstein, I've been trying to figure out how to get back. And I can win belts, and I can beat the new stars, but you're still in the back of my head, Jeff. Jeff Jarrett wasn't supposed to be here. Effy wasn't supposed to lose to Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett was supposed to man up and face me on my terms. And Jeff is nowhere to be found. Sorry, San Francisco. Although, who cares about slapnuts, right? And now, Jeff, as creepy as it sounds, the world knows that I know where you live. And I came the first time with a warning, with a polite gentleman's agreement unlike you ever gave me, with guitars to my head and no one telling me who was there. But don't make me come back to that house. Don't make me come knock on that door in the night. You know the dates. Game Changer Wrestling is everywhere. Double J, Effy's got time. In Columbus, in Detroit, in Atlantic City. Hell, if I have to wait till Memorial Day, I could even see you in Las Vegas. But if I don't get an answer soon, I'm coming back. I'm going directly to where you live, and I'm dealing with this off camera. But I know you like money, but I also know you like walking away. You want to brag about having a briefcase and leaving the door and kicking Vince McMahon's ass and taking all his money? I don't have the same principles as Vince. You can't walk away from Effy because Effy will find you, Double J. So tell me when, tell me where. This is my ring and you're welcome in at any time.
Man.
Bravo.
One of my favorite Effy promos, I think.
Yeah.
That was so fucking good. Time for old man shit. Hit the curb, little guy. Goes right into it and calling him out, which I love. And the line about, oh, but we know you like walking away.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, man, throwing some hooks there, man.
That was for the hardcores, man. That's those little things, the people that know the history. I can't wait to see where this goes. Just judging by what he said, it makes me think, I think we'll see Jeff pop up before Las Vegas on Memorial Day, but I think Memorial Day will be where the match happens. I think they're probably going to tease us out until that point with like vignettes and Jarrett showing up guitar shot, whatever they do. But I feel like the money is in the big Memorial Day weekend show.
100%. And like you got, it's not that long away. It's not like we're waiting
No.
until August, September. Right? This is great.
Yeah, they don't have another show for 2 weeks, so they've got plenty of time to like spread it out.
But it's gonna be so good. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see like this again. Going back to this good storytelling, I'm so pumped. When was the last time we cared about a Jeff Jarrett angle?
Right. And
No
this
pun
is one of
intended.
the cooler versions of Jeff, the all black.
I like Undertaker Double J. I'm digging
Yeah.
the fuck out of it.
Yeah, the dead man, the Double J dead man.
So good, man.
So yeah, that's top stories for the week. So I say we jump right into
GCW top fucking tweets.
It's
top fucking tweets.
Love it.
The segment that is sweeping the nation. First tweet, we've got someone that you wouldn't necessarily think about with GCW, although on our last show he did get mentioned because he showed up in the Clusterfuck Battle Royal. That's the Buffmeister, Buff Bagwell.
Marcus Buff Bagwell is the @ on the Twitter. Mark Buff Bagwell, my bad, but I'm never up this late and didn't plan on being tonight. But GCW Paranoid has been one amazing match after another.
Pretty cool.
Can't disagree with him.
Yeah,
we were going
cool
back and forth a little bit.
he was tweeting the whole weekend. GCW.
It was fun, man. He asked why they use tables. And me and my buddy went and ran around looking for a table for Raven one time for like an hour and a half, and nobody sells tables anymore.
Right, it's easier to get a door.
Way easier to get a door, and they make the same pop. So there's your answer, Buff. But hell yeah, man.
Next tweet, we got our staple of top tweets. Emil J.
Landed at LAX at midnight. The hotel shuttle stopped at 11 p.m. Ubers are at least $35. So I hopped in a random shuttle. Now I'm walking a mile to my hotel in Los Angeles because fuck all that noise. I've been there, man. I've been there.
All right. Next one, we got The Truth, AJ Gray.
This gas station had crickets to sell, to eat, and shit. WTF. Been there too.
I wonder where that was at. Next, we got the owner himself, Brett Lauderdale.
This is a travel nightmare day for GCW. Oversold flights, canceled flights, deboarded planes, etc. Hoping we can get everyone here. We're doing our best, but it's a battle. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so evidently they had a lot of travel issues for this show. I think Jacob Fatu couldn't make it. Biff Busick couldn't make it. Bandido didn't make it. We'll get to that here in a few.
Oh, yeah.
Next week, Allie Katch.
Conquered. And it's a picture of her and Effy holding up the tag team championships.
Conquered.
Fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Another one from our boy Emil.
Damn, Yuta V Mox went wild as fuck. And yes, it did.
Yeah. He was watching Rampage this week.
We all were, man. It was wild. But
so we had two little stories in our Twitter feed. One story we alluded to with Bandido missing the show, and the other story was a little beef we had between AJ and one Buff Bagwell. AJ Gray, that is.
Buff Bagwell says, looks like he hates the gym as much as he hates me. Hashtag GCW Paranoid. And AJ Gray, rich homie juice, comes back with, follow me. You couldn't 20 years ago, and you can't now.
Wow.
I agree with him.
Yeah, I agree with
Buff
him
Bagwell. You know, I don't own any top hats, and I'm not dancing when I walk through doors. But Buff Bagwell is always respectable. But he does not know who he's fucking with.
Right.
You do not
the
fuck
truth.
with. You don't fuck with the motherfucking truth.
Black Death, baby. So I guess Buff responds to a fan. A fan tweets, "Why are you calling out AJ Gray? You know he's on the verge of stardom, right?" And then Marcus responds,
Hope he is. I want to see everyone succeed. He's been mentioning me for some time now, and I ignore it usually. Ooh.
"Whew." And then AJ responds,
I don't like you. I remember you from when you weren't pandering on the internet and when you were a dickhead in Southern locker rooms.
"Wow."
I've heard some stories too.
I have too.
Yeah.
And then
Crazy.
Buff comes back at him.
Not sure when or where you're talking about. I think you could ask just about anyone I've been in a locker room with that I go out of my way to be as friendly as possible.
And then AJ Gray responds with where it happened, Mississippi. 2016.
That
Like,
shit hits you.
Yeah.
When you get dogged on by a legend or an older worker, that shit fucks with you. Lance Storm told me I had shaky hands when I was taking a picture with him, and like that shit sticks to me. I'm like, fucking, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other beef, Twitter beef that had not beef, but just Twitter back and forth situation, we should say. GCW tweeted about the Bandido situation.
It appears as though Bandido did not get on his flight to San Francisco today for tonight's GCW event. We haven't heard from him, and he hasn't replied to any of our messages. We apologize, and we'll do our best to come up with a suitable replacement.
Then Brett Lauderdale responds himself. I guess he had tweeted out how much the flight ticket was he got stuck with. It was a $900 ticket.
Yeah.
And Brett said, I deleted a tweet earlier that referred to the amount of money GCW spent on a flight that Bandido did not board. I understand that came off very insensitive. Just to be clear, prior to my tweet, I was in communication with several people in the know that assured me he was fine. I have heard from several others since deleting my original tweet that have confirmed he is okay. Hopefully that remains the case. Regardless, I should have waited to hear from him directly before voicing my frustration. Lesson learned. I didn't want to jump on you, Mike, but I didn't know if you could read that because the lettering's kind of small.
You're gravy, baby.
Big ups to Brett for like saying it though, you know?
Yeah. This is good. I was going to ask you, do you feel like, because this is reminiscent to me of like when Sabu went to Japan and blew off ECW and Paul Heyman comes out, gives that big speech. He said, "Fuck you! I'm going to make more money and blow off my day." I love that mentality, and I think Lauderdale falls into that Heyman aspect of like, "Fuck this! You guys deserve to know what's going on. Clear in front." And I just wanted to know what you thought about that, man.
No, I think that I see the parallels a lot. And I think that's a healthy way to be. I mean, sure, we don't know all the ins and outs of what's going on behind. This is all just face value on social media. But at the same time, throughout the course of wrestling history, you always hear of dirty promoters.
Yeah.
Like robbing the wrestlers, which is bullshit. And I think by being like a Paul Heyman or how Brett is being, I feel like that's adding a layer of transparency to the fan base where it's like, hey man, sure, there could have been miscommunications, whatever went down that we have no fucking clue about. I still feel like being transparent like that is very respectable. Like I appreciate that.
No, for sure. And that's the worst thing you could possibly do is have a situation like this happen and then butter it up to the fans.
Right.
Maybe Bandido will be here. We don't know. Like that.
Then you're being a shitbag promoter.
Yeah. That's you're shilling out your shit without guaranteeing on your promises,
Yeah.
I'm all fucking for it, man. Call everybody out. Fuck it.
I am too. Like that keeps everyone honest.
Yeah.
It lets other guys be like, oh shit, if I do this, he's going to put me on blast. And you don't know, but like, I don't think that's him just being an asshole. I think that's him letting the fans in and being like, hey, if you bought a ticket to see Bandido tonight, here's what's up.
Yeah. And fucking big props to him for doing that shit, man.
And it ended on a positive note, I feel like, because Bandido did end up tweeting later in the night.
Yeah, he says, hello to all GCW wrestling fans. I just want to say sorry for not being there tonight in San Francisco. Thank you for all the people thank you for all the people to care about me is what I think he meant. I'm fine. It was my fault, and I hope to make up some of those things as soon as possible. See you soon, amigos, with the little water gun pistol and a cactus.
Yeah, I love Bandido, man. I hope there's no bad blood. I want to see him on more shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I just listen, man. Travel issues come up all the time, unavoidable in most part. Yeah, and nobody wants to eat $900 fucking dollars, no matter how much money you're making off of your event. Fuck that.
100%. It's 900. I mean, I know they're making a little more money, but this isn't. $900 is $900 to an independent.
Goddamn right. $90 is $90. Fine.
Exactly. But yeah, that's top tweets for the week.
GCW top fucking tweets.
All right, guys, just to we're going to break down 5 of our matches for the week in our Ain't No Jive 5.
The Ain't No Jive 5.
Ain't No Jive 5, Mike. What's your number 5 of the week?
This was, again, a very tough fucking pick between, because both shows were great, but I'm going to start off the list with some love. And it's AJ Gray versus Kevin Blackwood, because that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, that's what I had at 5. I thought they crushed it. Like that brain buster he hits on Kevin Blackwood.
Oh, goddamn.
Such a slick move, man. Such an old school move.
Yeah, and he does it so effortlessly. Like, it's so awesome, and I love it, man. Like, it's a beautiful thing. It was a great match. I love his fucking lariat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the lariat was sold so well this weekend. I was popping my ass off.
Yeah, a couple people had some pretty brutal lariats this weekend. I think I'll mention it later for one of the matches. What do you think about Kevin Blackwood, man? To me, he's kind of staking his claim as like a must-see guy in GCW.
100%. This was a really good showcase for him. Showcase his moveset, his abilities, his cell. I'll keep talking about cells all day because it's one of the most important things. But like he sells the shit out of it, and that it wasn't the first lariat in this match, but the second one. He just collapsed, crumbled under it. And I was like, fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome shit, man. Guy's going to be a fucking star here.
He really is. I think he's already, I mean, he just debuted a couple shows ago, and now every match he's put on has been really fun, really hard hitting. AJ Gray retains. 11-minute match, solid match. Go check that out. Number 4 on your Ain't No Jive 5, Mike.
This one I was bouncing around all over the list because I was compelling it and putting it together. But Masha Slamovich versus Jimmy motherfucking Lloyd.
Same. Like I think this weekend, like we talked about Suzuki, we talked about Bussy. You could talk about Masha Slamovich in this match, or in this weekend.
She was on Bloodsport, if I'm correct, right? She wrestled at Bloodsport.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that was awesome. The first time I ever heard about her. This match, and I love they kept going, she's the Russian fucking big girl badass. Like,
yeah.
There's no better explanation. She not only held her own with Jimmy Lloyd, she beat the fuck out of Jimmy Lloyd.
Dude, she has no fear, zero fear. Talk about, Penta. She has zero fear.
Yeah.
Like, held her own with a wild man in Jimmy Lloyd. And I have her again on my list.
Yeah.
Like, she pops up again against Chris Dickinson. That was a hard-hitting match.
Unbelievably good. Yeah, but it's like she was holding down the fucking fort this weekend. I loved every bit of it. I can't wait to see her again. Sold me as a fucking fan.
And you said, you were talking about the lariats this weekend. She hits a vicious lariat on Jimmy Lloyd.
She's got a great look.
Yeah.
You know, she's got she works on the gimmick a little bit more, and she'd be a full fucking package, and she doesn't need a gimmick. She's just
Yeah,
a badass fucking girl, man. I loved
I
it.
know, man. And Jimmy puts her through tables.
Oh, that was a brutal table spot.
Yeah,
It was great, man. I
great
love it.
match. Great match. Number 3 on your Ain't No Jive 5.
This one, Effy and Nick Wayne, man. I got such a good time just sitting there watching it, and like this was going to be an honorable mention at first, and I kind of rewatched it again, and I was like, this was so fucking fun, man. And
It
including
really,
the promo at the end too. It was just everything was perfect about this shit.
and it was a short match. It was only like an 8 or 9 minute match, but like Nick Wayne, and I love how they're calling him All Elite Nick Wayne now.
I love it.
But yeah, the sky's the limit. We've put that kid over to the moon, and him and Effie really put on a. I love that they let their first ever show in San Francisco. They let Effie kick the weekend off or kick
Yeah.
the show off. It was a perfect match to kick their first San Francisco debut. I love it.
Yeah.
My number 3, I have Chris Dickinson defeating Masha Slamovich. Dude, again, just like Jimmy, she brought the fight. She fought like a wild dog, man.
Yeah.
And Dickinson hits that brain buster. He's such a destroyer, but it's such a good. He was so good in making me believe that she was just like one of those you can't kill type of performers. Like I bought into the match.
Yeah. 100%. Could not agree more. And I love the you can't kill mentality because she was bringing it so fucking hard with him too. it was
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
to watch, man. Like, look, that's what I mean. Like she's got this presence. You know, the red
Yeah.
hair, the snakeskin fucking jacket, and then she gets in the ring. She's just a beast of a fucking competitor. I love every minute of it, man.
Yeah, she has that like it factor. I feel like that a lot of people, you either have it or you don't. And she's good. She was hitting Germans, sick Germans.
Yeah, look at the bridge on that. The toe footing with is unbelievably
Yeah.
great, man. So
And they're
cool. I'm
the
here
thing I
for it.
love. Me too, man. The thing I loved about that match the most was the transitions they were having in this match. Like some of the transitions just going like
Yeah.
a lot of just fancy footwork in this match.
Old school good wrestling, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like she was bringing it. That's the awesome ring work. Like I'm smitten. I'm like, I
Yeah.
love this Russian
Yeah.
chick, man. Like she's gonna fucking kill it, dude.
So who do you have at your number 2?
Jordan Oliver and Jack Cartwheel, man. Oh my goodness. It was a good fucking just an awesome fucking match, man.
Yeah, I have that. I have kind of that at my 2 as well. I have like a Jack Cartwheel double feature. I have
Yeah.
Cartwheel and Jordan Oliver from Devil in a New Dress and Jack Cartwheel and Chris Bay at Paranoid. I thought Cartwheel, even though he lost both of those matches,
Yeah.
I think he's just paying his dues right now because both of those matches were just a lot of fun, like a lot of good high energy, not a lot of selling, but fun as hell, like
Yeah.
just putting moves on each other.
100%. And like you're showcasing, right? You're trying to get your shit in. Chris Bay, we all know Chris Bay is fucking amazing. So to see
Yeah.
him and Cartwheel get in the ring together, like that's just watching the crazy shit that you could possibly want to see. Like it's
Oh,
good
yeah.
spots after spots, but fun wrestling. It's one of those things that woke you up a little bit. Like that's how I felt
Yep.
about the Jordan Oliver match. Like I was like, oh, okay, like we got this going on, and it kicked me. And I love Jordan Oliver right now. I think he's doing a fucking great shit. And this was just a step in the right direction for both dudes. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love that match. My favorite part of that match, the Cartwheel and Jordan Oliver matches, I think that match may have had the best spot of the weekend. And that's the orange crush off of the ropes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, unbelievable. Like just ridiculous. He just for the listeners, he springboards Cartwheel stomach first onto the top rope, and he just flips back, and then Oliver catches him with that fucking beautiful
Orange Crush, man.
Yeah, oh my goodness, dude. It's awesome.
Talented, super talented.
Yeah.
So that's our number 2. You got Jordan Oliver and Cartwheel. I've got a Cartwheel double feature. And my number 1, I'll go ahead and throw my number 1 out there. I don't know what yours was, but it's 2 of my favorites in GCW: Joey Janela, Gringo Loco.
Ooh.
Gringo Loco's my dude, man. Love the guy.
How
love
can
that
we not?
match.
Yeah, we could sit here for fucking weeks putting over Gringo Loco, like one of the favorites. This was an awesome match, and like I said, Janela's still doing the Janela shit. He's still on that story realm, and this was great. I love this poster is fucking sweet. The graphic, the base god Gringo Loco, the bad boy Joey Janela.
So good,
so fucking cool. But yeah, I was this close to picking the same match, but at least I got half of the people in it. Joey Janela versus Dark Sheik. I thought it was fucking stellar. Just another fun fucking match. Sheik is on a whole different level now than she was when we first seen her in the scramble match.
This was one of her best. This was one of her best showings, and she's been in like that match against Matt Justice she had a couple weeks ago was awesome. But she, what was the spot? There was the table spot with Janela. Like,
here comes Janela.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
off that stage, the LED board behind it. It's like it was a good back and forth, beating the shit out of each other match.
Yep.
And it was solid.
So we both have Janela.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But like and Janela's been consistently on this top 5 list for a while, if not the best bouts.
Dude, Scotty Too Hottie match. We always go back to the X-Pac match.
Yeah.
He's had so many. I honestly forget because literally every show he puts on something memorable. And there was a pretty scary spot in the Gringo Loco match where he hits that poison Rana on Gringo, and they're like, "Oh, he's going to need a neck adjustment after that."
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Goddamn.
Then he hits him with the X Factor, which I love. And then he super kicks him. So we're continuing that X-Pac feud.
Yeah, this is a cool thing though. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong when you got 2 of the best in the ring. In the Gringo Loco and Janela, obviously, are 2 of some of the best that GCW's got to offer, and that's a hard fucking role to be bestowed on you. You know,
right? Just had to hit that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was unbelievably great. Loved it. It was a huge. I'm here for it, man. Janela had a great weekend.
He really
else did too.
That's becoming a running theme. Janela showing out. I love that. We got a new champion this weekend in BUSSY with the tag titles. I love that they kind of continue and tease us with the Effy Jarrett angle with Janela hitting that X Factor. We're continuing that X-Pac storyline. So they're planting a lot of seeds of story here.
Yeah, no, we love the seeds, man.
Love the seeds. So just real quick, like just the rest of the results on Paranoid, we had the classic 6-way scramble. Dark Sheik won there. She had a great weekend. Two wins. She defeated B-Boy, Damian Drake, Jimmy Lloyd, Lucas Riley, and Jordan Oliver. ACH defeated Nick Wayne. 11 minutes, solid match.
I want to see that again because I felt that was for both men. I thought it was a little lackluster.
It wasn't what you thought.
Way. Yeah, it wasn't, especially for an ACH match.
Yeah,
like I went into that. I was hyped as fuck for that match, and I was just like, it could have been better.
When you see those names, when you see those names on paper, you think it wasn't what you thought you were going to get.
No, not at all. But I hope that there's more.
Yeah. So and that was we've spoke about all the other matches on Paranoid. Paranoid was loaded. And then on Devil in a New Dress on Sunday, we got Allie Katch defeating Kid Bandit. 11-minute match.
Awesome.
Huge.
Fucking match. Kid Bandit was so good.
Yeah.
Allie Katch so fucking good. this was a good fucking. If you're going back to watch some shit, do not leave that one off your list. That was good.
Dude, a sleeper match was Titus Alexander defeating Midas Creed.
Yeah, 100%. And
just
both
8
guys
minutes, but they killed
great.
it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic 8 minutes, man.
Then we had the complete, utter train wreck in a good way. Second Gear Crew defeating South Pacific Savages.
Yeah, the train wreck is fucking so spot on appropriate. But it was
16
fun.
minutes, just pandemonium, chairs, tables, chair shots, everything you want. And
black helicopters,
all the good stuff. But solid weekend, Mike.
Yeah.
But I think it's time that we look at all of those matches and whittle them down to just one. I'll go. I'll. Do you want to go, Mike, or you want me to go?
With Rochambeau. Rock, paper, scissors.
I'll go
after you, sir.
Slight delay.
It's okay.
Best bout for me, Suzuki versus Mike Bailey, Speedball. Took the weekend for me. I loved it. I thought it was great. All the way, Suzuki versus Speedball.
That's likewise, best bout, Suzuki, Bailey. Dream match for me, at least. Since we started doing the show, like, you know, I fell in love with Mike Bailey, one of my favorite fucking workers out there right now. And then you bring the Sith Lord, Minoru Suzuki, and you black towel, fucking straight gangster ass, fucking coming out to the ring. Love every minute, and they both, as much as you would think they don't have the same style, they kind of have the same style.
They do.
Don't fuck with us.
They lay it in.
Yeah, and I fucking loved every minute of it. Such a good match, such a fun time.
I'm totally with you. I think Mike Bailey, man, he's got that karate style, but like he lays it in. It was such a fun, like it was fun to see Mike Bailey not cowering at Suzuki. Like he was ready for the fight.
Yeah, except for that part where he grabbed onto the fan.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And he's his second he gets pulled off, he's like, no.
That fan looked totally uncomfortable.
It was so good though, and like, fucking, it was a beautiful. In terms of fighting, that was the best fucking storytelling of the night. Just perfect, man. Yeah.
And that's a total indie moment, man. That's like somebody taking an amputee's leg, like Nick Gage taking somebody's leg and using it as a weapon. That's shit you only see at the indies.
Yeah, and well worth it. Like for the $20 I spent for this fucking weekend, that match made it its own and worth it. Like, I would do it a heartbeat again, man.
For sure. So, yeah, that's our best bout, but we agree on that. And now,
BMF of the weekend.
BMF of the weekend. There's a few that were running in my head, but 2 Gotch style pile driver wins later, I've got to say the weekend goes to Minoru Suzuki.
110%. You don't speak the words "bad motherfucker" without thinking about Minoru Suzuki.
Right.
I fucking love him, man.
He had 2 longer matches, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, both ending in the same, Gotch style pile driver.
Yeah.
The epic entrance at San Francisco's show. Huge ovation. The crowd just chanting into it. I loved Suzuki this weekend. And I think him coming off of the ROH title win, going into Dynamite against Samoa Joe, this is like that perfect buffer in between those matches.
Yeah, 100%. And if you are like a fan that is kind of following everything, this just hyped up your rating for Wednesday night, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Suzuki is fucking what Fridays were in the 90s. It is must see fucking TV, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm fucking
it's one of
pumped,
those
man.
matches, not to like get off the GCW train and look at the AEW match, but it is Suzuki having this match with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
I feel like Samoa Joe is a guy who he's right there in scary, mean dude territory. Like they're
100%.
evenly matched in that regard.
Yeah, no, it's you are looking at fucking Darth Maul versus Darth Vader this Wednesday. Like this is good fucking shit, man. This
Two
is,
Sith Lords just dueling.
beating the fuck out of each other. Stiff versus stiff is again.
Yeah, man. So great weekend. Just looking ahead for you guys. Next week we will be off while GCW is off. They return in Columbus, Ohio for Find You Again on April 22nd. And then the following night, April 23rd in Detroit, back at Harpo's for The Old Me. Then looking even further ahead, April 30th, In Too Deep in Atlantic City. May 1st, Life Goes On in Atlantic City. So they're returning to AC for a double shot. So next week we got off, guys. You have anything else, Mike?
I'm gonna miss everybody next week, man. This is I always
Dude,
say
after
this creeps up as being the best fucking show on the Tavern for me because it's like we're so pure with it because we're both not, you know, we're I'd say we're starting to become diehards, and like I'm in love with everything that we keep seeing, and I can't wait until 2 weeks pass. Goddamn, give it to me.
We're gonna miss everyone next week, but if I'm being real, we just watched the fucking Collective and a double shot the next weekend. We deserve a week off, guys. It's GCW. We're taking a week off. When they come back, we'll be back.
Yeah,
but
super pumped for it.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. Again, guys, please, go subscribe. Turnbuckle Tavern on Apple and Spotify. Give us a review. Follow us. Show us some love. Check us out. theturnbuckletavern.com. We have a bunch of cool live streaming shows. We're on Mondays, every Monday after a GCW weekend, you'll find us. Then on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, you got Fig Night. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, you've got Raw Down. That's our double shot streaming day. And then Wednesday, Mike on All Elite Wrap Up with Freems and the OG Fig Kid. And Thursday, our newest show with Sneed, Ace, and Freems, Honor Society, covering all things ROH. Check those out. And, I'm not going to read off all this shit, but the podcast release schedule.
Hot tag. I got you, man. Monday, we got the one and only Turnbuckle debate where the boys sit down and, exactly what it is. We're not calling any bullshit. It's the debate. You guys are going to get 3 topics. We get a special guest and we just have it out with each other in words and fucking everything else. Tuesday, you got the broken VCR with my man, the One Bad Chat over here, and the ever lovingly Hawk break down a movie of the week in 60 minutes, no holds barred. They let it out there. And then you get the fucking GCW in audio form when we do it, obviously. Wednesday, the Raw Down becomes an audio show. So you get to listen to the boys break down everything WWE for the week. And it's a good time. I've actually been watching the last couple of them. I'm having a great time. Yeah. Thursday, you get the flagship. Put that flag in the grass. Raise that shit up to the air. It's the flagship Turnbuckle Tavern show where Chad and Sneed sit down and break down the week of AEW, man. Full through. Like you're getting detailed, in depth, loving it. So good stuff. And then you get myself returning again. If you haven't heard me enough or seen my fucking mug enough, we got the Turnbuckle sessions with me and the OG Fig Kid. And we're just having a fun time. It's conversating about
that show,
our life in wrestling. And we get deep on there. We got some fucking fun little bits. It's a good time, man. And then Saturday, if you missed Fig Night on Tuesday, because it is a hard time, it's dinner time. You could go back, but why not listen to it as well? Throw some fucking ratings up on that. You get to hear Fig Night in its entirety Saturday morning. It's like it's like watching Rock and Wrestling again. You get Saturday morning
Hogan.
pro wrestling right away.
Hogan's Rock and Wrestling all over again.
Love it, man.
Yeah, guys. So thanks for watching this week. And I guess it's time for us to vanish back into the spooky dust. For 2 weeks, we'll return when GCW returns every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, keep grinding that axe and long live GCW.
Look at fun.
Fucking dick.